Up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Broke His Limits, and yeah guys, it's an unscripted movie as well. Now before continuing this, I would like to tell you guys that we're almost at 10,000 subscribers mark, and yeah, it's been a hell of a lot of journey, and yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys for making this happen in advance, and yeah, thank you for your support that you have been showing me and giving me so many ideas. It's been a lot of work, but hey, I'm enjoying it at least, and you guys are as well, loving the stories and giving good feedback, and I'm enjoying that, and I hope you enjoy that as well. And thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for making that happen, because I know it will happen eventually, because like what, 200 and something subscribers are left. Yeah, and again, thank you once more. Now enough of that, and yeah, before continuing this, if you haven't, then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin with our story. Story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, 8 years after the QB attack, as we go towards the Hokage office to see that it was empty, or was it? As in the shadows, snickering could be heard. As from the shadows emerged 8-year-old Naruto Uzumaki with a paint bomb that he wanted to plant in his Gigi's office, on the desk in which his Gigi worked upon. Now his Gigi was Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage and leader of the said village, the strongest shinobi, and he wasn't at the office at the time. He was on his usual rounds around the village, as Naruto planted the bomb, and then he had to clear the desk so that his Gigi would not get any suspicious, because it had gotten messy when he was planting them. As he was arranging the papers hurriedly, he noticed that one of the letter mentioned his names. Coincidentally, his eyes fell upon it. Naruto. Isn't that my name? Let's see. What does it say? Because Naruto was a curious boy, so he picked up the letter and began to read it. Dear Hiruzen, it's me Minato. Me and Kushina and the twins are in the Land of Fire, Uzumaki compound. Huh? Uzumaki, Naruto said. Isn't that my name as well? Let's read it more to find out. Maybe I have relatives. I just wanted to know how my son is doing. Son? Wait, what? Is this my dad? Now I know that you're still mad that we left him there, but it was necessary, because the twins are the child of prophecy, as Jiraiya has said, so we have to train him. And Jiraiya has left 2 years ago to see what the world is going on out there. So he will be back and report you through a letter as well. As Naruto's eyes widened. His parents left him there, even though they knew the village might hate him. Now I know that the villagers will be able to keep up with my request and will not hate him, but if they do, then we will look into it once we get back. And don't turn him into an arrogant brat once we return, because we still want our son. These were Kushina's words. Please, you have to understand that it was necessary. And as for Naruto, I will make him understand once we get there. I mean, come on, who doesn't want Fourth Hokage, the Yellow Flash, and the Red Hot-Blooded Habanero as their parents, two of the legendary shinobis, and Konoichi. And his brother and sister are going to be the child of prophecy, and P.S. his sister is engaged to him. What? Naruto said disgustingly. Are they crazy? What the hell is going on? Now I know that this might sound a little bit out of the blue, but we got a picture of Naruto thanks to Jiraiya and his spies in Konoha, and she has fallen in love with him ever since. And she has been bugging us, and we agree there should be some full Uzumakis and pure-blooded Uzumaki in the clan, so we have agreed to this. And you will inform Naruto once you reach at the age of 13. And we will return when the Genin exams are near. Love, Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. And mine Mito Uzumaki Namikaze as well. As there was a picture there of them celebrating and laughing as they were celebrating what seemed like the birthday of the twins while he was here, left alone. He remembered all the times that he had to spend his birthday upon, in the dark night, all alone in his apartment with a cupcake and a candle. He always cried on his birthday because no one was there for him. He wanted to find out what happened to his parents. Did they ever loved him or hated him? And now he had his answer. As he dropped the letter, at the same time, the door opened to reveal Hiruzen Sarutobi, who was shocked. As he then saw the letter that was on the ground. Oh no. Naruto, calm down, my boy. Is this true? Naruto said, on the verge of breaking down. Is this true, Gigi? Yes, my boy, it is true. Why? It was because I was afraid that this might happen. That is why I didn't tell you. And I was enraged at them for leaving you here. And for doing something so stupid. I'm not mad at you, Gigi. I'm asking you, why did they do this? You have read the letter, Naruto. As did I. I was going to burn it down, but my duty called first. I have to go. But I didn't know it will lead to this. What were you doing? I came here for a prank. Turns out my life was a prank. My own parents pranked me for this long. I get it now, Gigi. I'll be leaving. Naruto, wait. As Naruto dashed out of the window, Hiruzen dashed after him, and when he arrived inside Naruto's house, an apartment, he saw that Naruto was curled up in his bed and crying. As Hiruzen went inside and sat next to his bed, putting a hand on his back. Let it all out, my boy. As Naruto hugged Hiruzen and started to cry. As Hiruzen's eyes turned cold. Minato, Kushina. I will never forgive you for this. As after that, Hiruzen then said, Naruto, do you want to become strong and prove your parents wrong? That the prophecy doesn't matter? As Naruto nodded, can I really do that? It will be hard. No, it will be like hell. Are you ready to go through it? But at the end of the day, you will be able to surpass even Hashirama Senju, because I'm going to give you that scrolls. What scrolls? Those scrolls are forbidden. Even our Shoda Hokage was not able to achieve that form. It was given to him by a wanderer and a traveler, who was known as the strongest shinobi. No one knows his name. They only knew him as Akuma, the demon, because whoever he fought, the other person was either disabled for life or was scarred for life, so he couldn't fight anymore. And our Shoda was able to beat him in his old age, and yet he was able to give Hashirama Senju, who was in his prime, a hard time. And that is why he gave up his teachings and scrolls that he had over the course of years gathered. And I will give you them. But I have to talk to some people first. Are you alright with that? Yes. Alright, Gigi. I promise I will not let you down, said Naruto as Hiruzen smiled. I know, my boy. Now rest well. I will be back. As Hiruzen closed the door, leaving Naruto, who was now asleep because it had been a hectic day. As Hiruzen returned to his office, as an Anbu dropped down, call the elders. It's time. As the elders arrived after half an hour. What is it, Hiruzen? Why have you called? Minato's letter arrived, and unfortunately Naruto found it and read it. As the elder's eyes widened. What? Hiruzen, how can you be so irresponsible? How did the kid take it? He did not take it well, and his spirits were broken. So what now? I was hoping to give him the scroll of Akuma. What? Are you out of your mind? Those scrolls are forbidden. Not even Shodai, heck, not even Madara was able to achieve that form. Not even the basics, because they had learned from the beginning of their own styles, Senju and Uchiha style. That is why they were not able to perfect it. But Naruto, he's a clear canvas. If we train him, he might be able to achieve that level. Don't you agree, Danzo? A shinobi of Akuma's level, much stronger than Shodai and Madara, at our arsenal. Think about it from a military perspective. Hiruzen, you of all people loved that child, said Hamura. Why are you so pressed on this arsenal thing? I know it is rude to be sounding like this, but it is true. Our shinobi arsenal is nothing compared to others, even though we are the strongest villagers in amongst the 5 villages, but we need this. And those scrolls are nothing more than relics now, if we don't use them. And Naruto is the perfect candidate. As a Kage and a leader, it will be beneficial, and as a grandfather, it will be prideful for my grandson to learn this. So you have made up your mind, said Danzo. I agree. As Hiruzen smiled, what? Koharu and Himura said, are you out of your mind, both of you? Those scrolls are dangerous. Not even Hashirama Sensei, Tobirama Sensei, or even Madara were able to learn it. The three legendary shinobis of their own time and right. Hiruzen, you even tried, because we learned from the beginning. We didn't learn the basics of that style. But Naruto, as I told you, hasn't learned anything yet. We can teach him. Who will? You? You don't have time. Danzo? He will make him a mindless drone. I promise I won't. Hiruzen can supervise it. I will train him to the maximum of my capacity. Is that alright? Hiruzen nodded. He knew he was making a big gamble trusting Danzo, but it was all he had at the time. Since Naruto didn't have even an ounce of QB, he needed that to become a legend in his own right. And so, the next day, an Anbu appeared with a blank mask. Danzo-sama had summoned you for your training to begin, Naruto. As Naruto prepared himself and went to meet Danzo, who was standing there alongside Hiruzen and the elders. Now, Naruto, these are the scrolls of Akuma. You will learn them all. And in due time, you will become so strong after learning them that nobody, not even the mighty Bijus, will mess with you. Are you ready for this hell? I'm ready, Naruto said with determination, as from that day onwards, his hellish training began. Time skip. At the age of 13, 5 or 6 years later, we see Naruto, who now wore his still kill me orange jumpsuit, walking towards Academy with a serious expression and a stoic one as well, as he sat down next to Suki Uchiha, who was the last remaining Uchiha now, as the door busted open to reveal two girls, Ino and Sakura, two of our fangirls, as Suki sighed. Really? Again? As Naruto didn't even budge. As both of the girls came in front of Naruto. Naruto, move out of the way! You're being inconvenienced here. Take your shit out, or I will pounce you to the ground. Like you will. Naruto hadn't revealed his secrets. That is why he still wore his Kill Me Orange jumpsuit, but his attitude had changed over the course of years. He had gone more serious, more dangerous in the eyes. Akamaru and Kiba and Shino and his bugs have been staying away from Naruto for some reason. He gave off alpha vibes, as Kiba said. As for Shino, his bugs told them to stay away because Naruto is dangerous. As Sakura was about to hit Naruto, Naruto punched her fist, cracking her bones up to the shoulder. Her arm hole was fractured. Don't do that anymore. As Sakura screamed, her arm was turning blue now. What did you do, Naruto? I punched her punch, blocking it. I'm not going to take any of your shits from this day onward. I am going to be a shinobi. And if you can't treat me as a comrade, don't expect any respect from me as well. All of you. Naruto said as he sat down. As Hiruka came, Naruto? Why did you do that? He was at the doorstep as he saw this whole scenario occur. I did what I did to defend myself, Hiruka-sensei. Or is it wrong to do so? Naruto said with narrowed eyes, as Hiruka was quite surprised by Naruto's behavior. Not at all, Naruto. Not at all. Good. As Naruto sat down as Hiruka began his introduction and the tests. As the tests were passed down and the headbands were handed to each and every one of them, Hiruka began. Now I am proud of you all. As the door knocked. Mizuki, can you check? Alright, Hiruka. As the door opened to reveal two redheads with violet eyes. Yo, my name is Menma Uzumaki Namikaze, and this is Mito Uzumaki Namikaze, and we're here for the test to become the Genins of this village. As both of them entered to look at their sibling, who was looking at them with stoic and cold blue eyes. As Menma said, what are you looking at, punk? Is this how you greet your family after 13 years? Where is my family? Naruto said, looking around sarcastically. I don't see it. As both of them were taken aback by that. Both of them thought that their brother will be surprised by their coolness and be at their feet, but that wasn't the case. I'll show you in the backyard once we get to sparring. I'll be sure to show you me, what it makes to be a shinobi. Takes to be a shinobi, said Naruto, as both of the siblings were taken aback by that. As Naruto said, Hiruka-sensei, permission to be discharged from the class for the time being, because I don't want to cause inconvenience to the mighty Unamikaze and Uzumaki clan. As Naruto went away from them, but both of them had odd vibes, as their QB was on good terms with both of them. As the QB spoke, that kid, he gives me bad vibes. I do not know why. Be on guard around him. Why, Kurama? He hasn't learned anything. While we have learned the clan style, he will learn in due time, said Mito to QB and Menma, because they had a mental link. I know, but why does Kurama think that he is dangerous? I do not know, but it is his aura. It is of a man that I fought a long time ago. As QB was reminded of Akuma, that man was able to rotate his Bijudama and launch it at him with excessive force, and that was what caused QB to lose from his own power. And that man was smiling the whole time that happened, and that scared even the mighty QB no Yoko. But luckily that man was dead because of old age. As Naruto was entering his Hokage office at the time now to meet his Jiji, as Naruto arrived there, he was surprised to find two other people standing there. It was none other than Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. As both of them turned towards him and smiled. We're proud of you, son. As Naruto walked from between them and hugged his Jiji. Hey Jiji, I passed the test. You promised me you'll go take me to ramen. Yes, Naruto, I promise. But it isn't sad getting awkward. Then I'll be waiting. I'll leave now. I have training to do. As Naruto disappeared in front of them, so fast that even Minato and Kushina was taken aback. How did he learn that? I taught him. Danza taught him. What? You handed our son to him? No. I supervised the training whole time. He still has his emotions intact, but we both trained him. In what? You'll find out in due time. But for now, let's make it remain a secret. As on the other side, Naruto arrived in the forest of death, single-handedly blowing trees left and right with a punch to elevate his anger, but it wasn't working out. As Suki arrived, destroying so much nature when you can meditate and let your anger seep out of your body into the nature. Satsuki, says the Uchiha, who's going to murder her brother for murdering her whole clan, as she gritted her teeth. You just know how to push my buttons, don't you? As she landed in front of him. As Naruto was shirtless at the time, as she put a hand on his chest and then kissed him. As Naruto returned the kiss. Yeah, and you know how to push mine, Naruto said with a smile, as both of them sat down. I made something for us. They were dumplings. Tomato dumplings again? Well, you are going to have them, young man, every day once we're married. Young man? We're the same age, Suki. Whatever, Suki said as she hugged Naruto. As Naruto put an arm around her. Then Naruto, will you really help me? Of course I will. Suki, I love you. And I will go to the end of the world, even fight the mighty beasts for you. Even fight that for you. I promise you that. As Suki hugged him tightly and blushed. Are you blushing? What if I am? What you gonna do about it, Dobe? Nothing. I guess it's kinda cute. Now how did this happen? Flashback. When Naruto was 10 years of age, Suki was at her lowest. Her brother has just killed the whole clan, and he was about to kill her as well as Naruto arrived, and with a single kick destroyed the Chikoto that he was holding to kill Suki. As Naruto was standing in front of him, what is the meaning of this, Itachi? Naruto, this does not concern you. You should leave. And let me finish what I started. I apologize, then I have to do this, brother, Naruto said, as he got into a stance as Itachi activated his Sharingan. But Naruto was fast. What? Itachi's eyes widened, as Naruto was behind him and gave him a neck kick, sending him through 2 houses. Damn, that kid is getting strong. Itachi then made a Katon Jutsu and launched at Naruto, while Naruto jumped into the air and jumped again in the air. What? He's using air to jump more high? How can this be? As Naruto smiled, as he then head first bolted towards Itachi. Drilling punch, Naruto said, as a drill-like maneuver was formed, so fast that even the air was rotating around it visibly as it landed, just before Itachi could escape, and broke his rib cage, almost half of it, and then the broken Itachi turned into murder of crows and appeared a mile away from them. As he said out loud with chakra-enhanced voice, "Then I guess I will be back once her Sharingan is ripened." After that, the Uchiha was gone while Naruto turned towards Suki. "Are you alright?" Naruto said, picking her up. The genjutsu wasn't cast yet. As Naruto dashed towards the hospital, while Suki cried on his shoulder, Naruto stayed with her from then on for 2 weeks until she recovered, and that was the time span she fell in love and developed feelings for him because of how kind and loving Naruto was. And the rest was history. End of the flashback. As this was going on, we find Mito Uzumaki looking at them, stalking at them from the shadows and gritting her teeth. "That hussy has stolen mine." "Mito, calm down." "No, Grandma. She has taken what is supposed to be mine." "He's mine," she said, with red-slitted eyes, as Naruto looked at her with cold blue ones. But his eyes held aura, so stronger than her that her killer intent was waved off, destroyed. Kyuubi's eyes widened. "Shit. I thought it was a hunch, but it's getting more suspicious. Why does it feel like this young man holds his power? Not him. Anyone but him. Hell, I'll even take Madara, but not him." As Kyuubi then said, "We should go home. Your parents might be worried." As Mito returned home to see that both of the parents were confused, as Menma was also angry at what Naruto had done. He was quite egotistical, so yeah, his ego was hurt. "You know that bastard? He said to us that he didn't see his family when we announced that we were his. And he didn't even bother to give us a second glance," said Mito with a saddened look. "And he's already in love with someone else," said Mito with anger. "What?" "Don't worry, Mito," said Kushina. "We will get him to break up with her in due time, once it is revealed to the whole populace that he is our son." "I don't think it's going to be that simple, Kachan." "It will be. It will happen. I am his Kage. He will have to do what I say," said Minato. "I have to pull my position to make my son come back to us. I don't know if I should be happy or disgusted by this authority at the time, but it is the only way we can have him back." As the next day came and the arrival of the Uzumaki Namikaze family was announced, and it was revealed that Naruto Uzumaki, the quote-unquote pharaoh of the whole village, was their son. And he didn't even hold it, the Kyuubi inside of him, for which they blamed him for God knows how long. 13 years? Yes. As they were all apologizing to Naruto, while Naruto didn't even bother to give them a second glance. Naruto just called them plain out stupid and hypocrite. As when it was found out that his siblings hold a Kyuubi, they loved them and told them that they were heroes, while he was crowned, while he didn't even hold it any ounce of it. And now Naruto was presented in front of the whole council, shinobi, elders, and even the civilian and the Kage and his family. As Minato then began, "Now as for why, Naruto, you're here. After addressing everything, you're here so we can welcome you back to the Uzumaki Namikaze family. I don't have any interest. I denounce my name. I denounce you guys as my family. You can't do that, or otherwise you leave me no choice. I as a Kage order you to." "Really? Are you going to pull your position?" "Yes." As Naruto threw his headband, "Fine. Here. I don't want to be your shinobi." As everyone's eyes widened, "What? Do you think you can control me and my life?" "No." You can try, but you won't be able to successfully gain control over me. Naruto said, I don't need this thing, this leash that you put upon me to do what's good for this village. I can do it without it. So Naruto walked away. As Hiruzen stopped, Naruto, why did you do that? You just threw away the honor of the Leaf Village. No, GD, I didn't throw out the honor away. I just threw the leash that the Hokage was about to put on me. Through that headband. I don't need a headband. This is my home, and I will do whatever it is or it takes to protect it. You don't need to worry about that. You have my word. With those words, Naruto walked out. As Minato was taken aback by that, and so was everyone else. Wow, he really does despise both of you, said Tazumi. Tazumi, now's not the time, said Kushina. What? I'm saying the truth. You left the kid behind. And he found out surprisingly. Surprise, surprise. And get what? He gave you all the middle finger, even us, who abandoned him when he needed us the most. So what's wrong with that? Everything is wrong with that. He should be able to realize that he was insignificant at the time, said Jiraiya, who arrived there. Insignificant, said Hiruzen. The only one I see insignificant here is you, Jiraiya. The most insignificant and useless person in the whole entire village. But, Sensei, I am the Tosani, and not only that, a huge pervert who has probably gotten AIDS by the time now. And not only that, you were not able to even master the Sage Mode, while Orochimaru and Tsunade, heck, even her, was able to master it, and even I. You wanted to go there, huh, Sensei? What did he achieve? He learned the scrolls of Akuma. There was a moment of silence. What? Those accursed scrolls? Those who not even the legends say Shodai or Madara were able to learn. You taught him that? Yes. And you know what? It was successful. Naruto has the whole knowledge. He has surpassed even me. He was able to take down the whole Anbu squad, and me. As everyone's eyes widened, what? Hiyashi said, yes. We tried it out. The whole Anbu squad, Anbu commander, and me. Koharu, Hamura, and Danzo can vouch for that. They were there as they saw this. Yes, the boy has came along quite a long way. And heck, I can think that he might even be able to make the new Kage if he wants to, but he won't. I doubt it. He just wanted to remain leash free, as he said, and do his job, which is to protect his village, and I fully support it. Why you, Danzo? What does you get out of it? What I got out of it? A strong, formidable shinobi, and the one who will protect my village if I'm gone, and knows what to do and when to do it, and when to take down someone. And with these words, he stood up. If that is all, that I will be leaving, because I have some matters to attend to. As he walked away, and one by one everyone left, as the Namikaze Uzumaki family and Jiraiya remained, who were still shell-shocked over finding out that Naruto has learned something so dangerous that not even the legends were able to learn or master. As Hiruzen said, I knew you made a mistake, but it was the worst mistake of your life. I told you that it will come back to bite you in the ass one day, Minato. This wasn't supposed to go like this. What about the prophecy? Prophecy this, prophecy that, that is all you think about? I regret choosing you as my successor now. You disappoint me to no end. I should have chosen Orochimaru. At least he would have stayed and realized what is good and necessary. Nor some puny, pathetic prophecy of an old toad who smokes opium. Sensei! Jiraiya said, I will not have you insult my clan anymore. What clan, Jiraiya? The clan that you represent, or sully the name of? As with those words, Hiruzen left, as Jiraiya gritted his teeth. Akuma scrolls my ass. Arrange a fight with that kid and Man Mito. Let's show that kid and Sensei how wrong they are. As Minato's ego was also hurt, it'll be done. Minato, he's our son. It has to be this way, Kushina. If we want our son back, we have to break his will. and make him realize that it is the only way. It was the only way. It has to be this way. That we know best for what is good and bad for him and our children. I just hope this works and don't get any worse. As Naruto this time was enjoying his date with Suki, as usual, while both of them were having their lunch in the forest, as Mito arrived and threw a shuriken as Naruto caught it and broke it, crushing it with a hand. Mito, I told you to stay away from us. What do you want? I want her head. She has taken something precious from me. What? I don't even know you. What have I taken from you? Him. He is mine. Fuck off, I'm nobody's. I'm hers. And we are engaged to each other. Naruto said, showing her the silver ring that he was wearing, and so was Suki. Take that back. Take that back, she said as she was engulfed with Kyuubi's chakra. Naruto then said, you stoop so low that you attack us using this chakra? As Naruto got into a stance that Kyuubi realized. Shit, calm down, Mito. As Mito wasn't listening, as she launched herself at Naruto. Naruto then did something. He twisted his ankle, charging up air as his punch was back. As he punched her face, throwing her miles away with such force that she broke many trees and was now laying unconscious. As Menma arrived, you bastard! She's your sister! I don't give a fuck who you are. You abandoned me first, and now I abandon you. Tomato, tomato, same thing. Get the fuck out of here. Don't bother me, and I won't bother you. You attacked Konoha Shinobi. Civilian, you are under arrest. On whose authority? Mine, said Minato. Wow, you won't leave this alone, would you? No. And you will leave. No, she is not going anywhere. As Akage, I order. No, you won't. Hokage, here. Take your leash back. I don't need it. As Minato gritted his teeth, as he called Anbus. Anbus! Arrest these two. Civilians. As Anbus arrived, as Naruto then said, did you forget your beating? Or should I remind you that you're following a man's order who I hate? This time I won't hold my punches back, Naruto said, as he unleashed his aura. As almost everyone was on the ground, as Minato was also shocked, as the ground started to crack, as Menma then saw the difference between his and Naruto's power. As Naruto started to walk towards Minato. This ends here. She will not bother me. As before he could do anything, Jiraiya arrived behind him with a Rasengan and charged at Naruto. And Naruto, with a swift movement, did a thing as Jiraiya's arm was on the ground. As Jiraiya fell back, hissing in pain and screaming in agony as he clenched his arm. As everyone saw that Naruto had a kunai in his hand that was now up. Everyone was surprised. So much for a great legendary Sanin. You're nothing more than a scared coward who attacked one from behind when he's engaged in a battle. As Naruto then stomped on his broken arm. Naruto, that's enough! Keep my name out of your mouth, bastard. And if you push any more of my buttons, I will leave this village. And only return after you're dead. Just to laugh at your grave. Take that back. Naruto said, what? What did you say? Take that back. What? What you gonna do? You're hereby banished from this village. If you can't accept that, then fine. Get the hell out of my place. I don't need you here. Fine. I don't need you. Come on, Suki. We're leaving. You're not going anywhere. You're the last Uchiha. You married to Menma. As Naruto had enough, as he dashed and appeared in front of Minato and punched him as he was knocked out unconscious as his jaw was broken. As Naruto then looked at everyone and Hiruzen who has arrived there. He has banished me. I'm leaving with Suki. No one will dare to stop me. I will train her. I'm sorry, Danzo, Sensei, and Gigi, but I will protect it from shadows. That much I can promise you. As Hiruzen was about to decline Naruto's offer and make him stay when Danzo said, it is okay, Naruto, you can leave. Here, Danzo, are you out of your mind? Naruto, please! Gigi, it has to be this way, this bastard. Until he is the Kage, the leader, the village will only go downwards. And I can't support it. This village has gone corrupt. I can see it now. Egotistical, corrupt bastards everywhere. I will leave. Kill this Itachi and Orochimaru. You don't need to worry about that. As Naruto and Satsuki bagged their stuff and left, even before Minato or Mito woke up, as they woke up simultaneously in hospital. What happened? As Jiraiya, who was now bandaged, appeared, that kid, he really has mastered those scrolls and he has gotten too powerful. As then Fukusaka appeared. It has been an emergency and Kamaru-sama has requested the Chalice of Prophecy. It is time. Yes, we will go now. By the time this was happening, Naruto and Suki were already outside of the Land of Fire border, away and free from them. As the whole family, after 1 hour, appeared in front of the Mon Miyaboku's great elder Toad Sage, Kamamaru, as he then said, "Where is the Child of Prophecy?" Kamamaru-sama, they are in front of you. No, they are not the Child of Prophecy. The Child of Prophecy is born with outstanding and astonishing power and will. But they have the Kyuubi no Yoko's power, I get it, but the child is different. It is not here, I cannot sense it. But he is set out on a journey. Gamamaru said, his eyes closed. The prophecy of before has fallen. There is no prophecy now. The young man will rise and write his own fate, protect this world, he shall do it. From the shadows. Those who have abandoned will regret, but their regression will only increase with the guilt. Those who have been seen as a hero will now be crowned and hated, and their downfall is near. With that, Gamamaru passed out. As Minato and Kushina were surprised by this and taken aback. What does it mean, Minato? That I don't know, said Minato. He couldn't form out any words. He was just confused what the hell was going on. As he looked at Jiraiya, Jiraiya was silent and contemplating things. Shit. It was him. You mean Naruto? Yes. As Menma and Mito's eyes widened. They were not special. It was him. And now the prophecy is damned. Because it was because of them that this happened. As when they returned, they were treated as child of prophecy and all that stuff. And when they revealed to the council, or Minato revealed that Menma and Mito were not the child of prophecy, it was Naruto. They became enraged at them for their uselessness, and how could they do this? As they were disappointed, and this was the only beginning of their downfall and decrease in respect. While Naruto was now traveling with Suki, as they went to Takigakure, a village nearby, to see that they were chasing a girl away, as Naruto arrived in front of the crowd. Why are you chasing a girl? Leave alone her, stranger. She's a demon. Demon? Naruto remembered. Does she hold a Biju? Yes. As Naruto punched the man who said this, making an example out of him, killing him as his head was blown. Need any more? There's more where that came from. Leave. As Naruto walked towards the girl who was scared now. What's your name? Fu. My name is Fu. Thank you for helping me. Fu. My name is Naruto. This is Suki. We are travelers. Or we had a village before. Would you like to come with us? I don't have anywhere to go. Why would you take me? We don't have anywhere to go as well. We'll be on a road, traveling, going from village to village. At least there where these punks don't exist. Really? Yes. And plus, you'll be safe with us. We'll teach you how to defend yourself, if that is okay. Because Suki here has gotten all of her clan scrolls and money, while I have all of my money saved as well, that I made from the bounties I killed. Really? Honey, you never told me that, said Suki. It was supposed to be a surprise, but I guess it's fine. As they took Fu and her stuff and traveled throughout the village, the Takigakure's forces tried to stop them, but they were maimed and brutally killed by Naruto. And they retreated, doing the good thing, as Fu and the gang left with Naruto. As they traveled to another village, and hopping from village to village, they finally reached to another great village, Sunagakure, where they met Gaara, who was also crowned by his father. And Naruto made Gaara fake his death to leave with them, because Naruto and Gaara had made friends as they left after that. And during their travels, Fu and Gaara fell in love with each other as well, as had Naruto and Suki, and they were happy for them. As after traveling some more, they finally settled down near a small village that was near the border of elemental nations and Kumo. As it was a normal village known as Tanazuki town, as Naruto bought a house there and settled down, and both Gaara and him started to farm and train there, as they were living the life they always wanted, a peaceful life there. As we go back to Konoha, it was hellish there, as the Namikaze Uzumaki family was facing many backlashes everywhere they went, because Naruto over the year has helped many people and made many friends, as they were just suffering, and they knew and realized what Naruto must have felt. At least Mito and Menma did. And 2 years passed just like that. And during those 2 years, many bad things happened to Konoha. They didn't get any alliances, and their ally Suna broke their alliance with them, and even helped Orochimaru to conspire against them to attack them in the Chunin exams, which caused Konoha to decrease in shinobi populace even more, because many shinobi died that day. And after that, they were able to repel the attack somewhat, but at the end of the day, Hiruzen Sarutobi died alongside with Danzo, and Minato was hurt badly. Both of them were killed by Orochimaru, and 2 years has passed since then. Nobody wanted to look at Konoha or help it. Kumo was the new, strongest village now, followed by Iwa, third was Kiri, and the last one was Suna, and after them, all 4 villages were Konoha now, the weakest of all of them. At one point it was Kiri, or even Suna, but now it was them. As the villagers and all of the clans thought it was bad luck that was fallen upon their village after Naruto left, and once the 4th Hokage arrived. As Kushina was now in a great depression because her friend, the only friend that was alive, Tsuzumi Inuzuka, blamed her for her son's death because of her arrogance. Kiba died in the battle against Orochimaru, and that is why she was left alone. Minato wasn't any good. He was not getting any support from anyone now anymore, and he was left as a figurehead only. No one will listen for him or listen to his suggestions. He was just there to be shown as a figurehead now, and he was losing the confidence of the public as well, which was bad for him and his image as a Kage. As he was now on the table, sitting with a hand over his forehead, sighing for the obtained time that day, as Jiraiya appeared. "Kid, I found him. He's in Tanazuki town, near Kumo. Sensei, I want you to bring him back," Minato said, realizing what kind of mistakes he had made, and what kind of hatred Naruto had to go through. And his children, which everyone 2 years ago saw as heroes, were now seen as demons, as they couldn't just go outside because they were shown and seen as demon and avoided at any cost, which made them realize just how much Naruto would have suffered because they announced him as the holder of Kyuubi no Yoko. As there was nothing he could do, as Jiraiya said, "I've gathered Kakashi, Menma, Mito, Ino, and Sakura, and we will be leaving tomorrow." On the other side, during those 2 years, Naruto and his wife, yes, Naruto and Suki were now married at the age of 13. Yes, they were married because they were considered adults at the time. Had one daughter named Mikoto Uchiha Uzumaki, as she had blonde streak with black hair and blue eyes, and two whisker marks. And she was friend with Fu and Gaara's son, Inosuke, who had green hair and teal orange eyes, which was a combination between Gaara and Fu. As both of the children were playing outside with their toys, as their mothers were watching this, as both of the parents, well, Gaara and Naruto trained and went to get out some bounty after killing some bandits here and there, because the inner shinobi in them never died. And once they returned, they had got along with their family. As Shikaku, well, let's just say Gaara and him found peace, and Shikaku had gone obsessed with taking care of Inosuke and even Mikoto. He was seen as guardian angel made out of sand by them. So Shikaku being Shikaku need to uphold his image as the mighty guardian angel for the children, and he will do anything to protect them. He was quite obsessive. He even at one point won't let any children go near them. But Naruto and Gaara made him agree that he should, but only avoid bad people. As at the end of this, Shikaku reluctantly agreed. And now he was in the chibi form away from Gaara's seal. Even though Gaara was able to survive the extraction, it took a lot out of him. But it didn't matter at the end, because he was alive, and Fu was happy about that. As for Chome, well, they were with them, but Chome was silently watching over both Inosuke and Fu, never interacting with them because he thought that they might get scared of him. And that is how he wanted to remain, in peace. As it was like any other day, 1 week later, as Naruto was sitting inside the porch of his house while Suki was inside with Fu as they were making dinner. They lived in a double portion house. The upper portion belonged to Gaara and Fu, the lower was belonged to, well, Suki and Naruto. As Naruto then sensed some chakras, as he called out for Suki, with a signal that all of them knew, as Gaara appeared in front of the porch with the sand. As Shikaku arrived alongside Chome, "Is that them?" "Yes, you should hide, both of you," said Gaara. "Protect the children." Suki herself was somewhat of a sensor as she sensed some familiar chakras as her eyes widened and then narrowed as her EMS bloomed to life as she dashed outside. As she was with her husband, as she could see that Fu was there as well. As Naruto and Gaara were now outside of the house standing there as they saw Jiraiya and some of the Chunins arrive there. As Naruto said, "What do you want from us, Konoha Shinobi?" "Naruto, it is us," said Menma. "What do you want?" "Naruto, please come back," said Mito. "Please." "No. I have a life here. But this isn't your home. You have a destiny." "Fuck you and your destiny. You have no right to tell me what my destiny is. I have nothing more that I desire than what I have here. No more money, no nothing. Just peaceful life." "But you have so much potential. Why don't you use it for good?" said Jiraiya. "What good? You mean murdering those who already murder others?" "No, I don't want to paint my hands with blood. Uselessly. Just for what? For the glory of your so-called village? That's grounds a shinobi. For doing what? Not following a corrupt Kage's orders." Jiraiya then frowned. "Listen, Naruto. This is not as simple as you think. This does not revolve around you only. The whole world is impacted by your decisions. You have to do this. It is your destiny, like it was theirs." "I get it that you found out that they weren't the child of prophecy, and it was me, right? That is why you're here now. Otherwise you wouldn't have come." "Yes." "So much for that. I will make my own decisions. The world can go fuck itself alongside you. Leave, Jiraiya. I will not ask politely anymore. You leave us no choice then." As two of the Chunins came outside that looked almost similar, but one of them was older. It was Guy and Lee, both of them holding on to two kids. "I'm so sorry, this is unyouthful, little one, but it has to be this way." As Naruto lost it, they appeared in front of Lee and punched him, breaking his jaw, sending him straight towards the house. As he freed Mikoto. "How?" Dare you? Satsuki became so enraged that her Susanoo activated. You will pay for this, for targeting my daughter. As two swords appeared, Suki, it is us! Die! She said, slashing her sword on Ino and Sakura first as they dashed out of the way. Suki, calm down. But Naruto, calm down, please. Protect Mikoto. What do you mean? Who is she to you? My daughter. You have some nerve, Jiraiya. And for that, you should be glad that I didn't kill your shinobi. I put him into a coma. As Guy's eyes widened. What? Jiraiya-sama, you never told us, but before he could say anything, Gaara locked him in sand coffin. Leave my son alone, or you will pay badly. As Gaara threw him miles away from them in a sand ball. As both of the fathers were enraged, but Shikaku, oh boy, he was hidden, but he broke the house, getting in his full strength, looking down, and so was Chome, as the Konoha's shinobi were eye-widened. Two Bijus, One-Tails and the Seven-Tails, we have to get out of here. And Shikaku charged the Bijudama at them. Stop, Shikaku! But it was already too late. Shikaku launched the Bijudama, but Naruto moved forward. Naruto, no! As Naruto took the Bijudama in his hand in front of the Konoha shinobi and threw it in the air, making it blast there. As Naruto's hands were somewhat burned, but his hands healed as Gaara's and everyone's eyes widened. As Jiraiya knew that he needed Naruto, but there was no way he could because Naruto was enraged. Leave, Naruto said, looking back at them with cold blue eye, as they were scared shitless as they retreated, picking up Lee's unconscious form. As the whole village gathered in front of their house. What was that? Some shinobis that came here. As the Bijus has gone down. No, what was those two things? Oh, that. Gaara has a sand manipulation that he created those two with them to scare them. For a moment we thought that those two were Bijus. Yeah, why would the Bijus be here? Right? Naruto said with a smile as the villagers nodded. Oh my god, your house. What happened? Well, those shinobis kind of destroyed it. They said that we have hidden a person or something like that. That was their enemy, and even without our consent they did this. Don't worry, we'll help you rebuild it. Really? Thanks. As Naruto and Gaara's house was rebuilt it in 2 days, thanks to the villagers' support and help. This time Naruto used Fuinjutsu seals that he had learned, thanks to Danzo and Hiruzen. He was a Fuinjutsu master, on all of the walls of the house, making it 10 times more stronger than the concrete walls of Konoha's outer shell. As when 1 week later Konoha shinobis retreated back to the village, beaten and bruised badly, they were standing in front of the council. What happened? Where were you guys? Said Yashiyuga. We had gone on a mission thanks to Kage-sama. Permission to hunt and bring back Naruto. What? We never gave you permission to that. We do not need your permission. We need our Kages. Said Menma, looking at his father, supporting him. As Minato smiled. He's nothing more than a figurehead, kid. He has lost his right to the power and to provide judgment because of his lack of justice and mind at the time and situation when he was dealing with Naruto. And now you want him back. Why? Naruto and Soki has a child, and they have One-Tails and Seven-Tails protecting them as well. As everyone's eyes widened, as Minato then said, we need him now more than ever. Seven-Tails and One-Tails follow him, and I want to see my granddaughter. As everyone's eyes widen, as Kushina's eyes widen as well, we have to go, Minato. As Minato and Kushina, while being the worst parents in the history, really wanted to see their grandchild. Even though Minato was an egotistical bastard, he would never do anything to hurt his grandchild. He wanted to just meet her, see her, be involved in her life. Maybe this way Naruto will forgive him, and he might be able to have a family and a grandchild as well to spoil. As they already had the location, as both Minato and Kushina left, leaving the council in charge as the shinobi team rested. While Naruto and his family were enjoying life, they were One day before arrival of Minato and Kushina, approached by the Akatsuki, we need the One Tails and the Seven Tails. Unfortunately, Zetsu has found them, tracked them down, and saw that they had the One Tail and the Seven Tails now were free from the Jinchurikis. Who are you people? Naruto said. We are the Akatsuki. Stand in our way and you will perish. Naruto, we meet again. Itachi. As with those words revealed, Suki jumped out of the window, but with her Susanoo activated. As she charged up a mighty electric arrow and launched it at the Akatsuki, destroying them and lifting them in air. As Naruto dashed in the air, Dragon Fist! As Lightning Dragon charged in Naruto's arm, as he punched straight through the 7 paths of pain leader, Nagato, who with the shockwaves was now also in the air. With a single punch, Pain was dead, as his paths were now laid to rest as waste. His Rinnegan was destroyed with such force. As Naruto landed, everyone was shocked. Their leader, who was able to beat them with ease, was beaten in one punch. What could they do? They were helpless now. They were scared. They didn't knew what could they do. As the Naruto turned towards them, leave, and I won't kill you all. Stay, you will die. As Suki and Itachi were fighting on the rooftop of their house, as Mikoto then came. Kasan! As Itachi's eyes widened as he looked down. Mikoto, go inside now! Satsuki. As Itachi then said, you have a daughter. What of it? I will not let you take her away from me. Suki said as her Mangekyo Sharingan came to life. No, I won't. As Suki charged with the Chidori that she had created thanks to Naruto, who learned it from Kakashi when he was being trained by the Anbus and Hiruzen and Jiraiya. Danzo. As she pierced it through Itachi's heart. Why? I'm happy for you, Suki. Protect her at all cost, and give my eyes to her. That is my wish. As he poked her head, as he did when he left her with a smile. Thank you for ending this nightmare. As then, Suki's eyes widened as she saw that a restriction seal was lifted from her brother. What is this? A seal that was placed on me by Madara was controlling my body. Thank you for breaking me free from it. Thank you. And with those words, Itachi died as Suki cried and looked at another Sharingan user, Madara. Shit. As Suki appeared in front of her. Kirin, as the mighty Thunder Dragon roared and appeared in the sky and launched itself at Obito, who didn't have enough chakra to face through it, and he was impaled by the half of the dragon, which neutralized him and paralyzed him. As Naruto stabbed him to death alongside Suki. As one by one, each and every Akatsuki member fell. As for Hidan, he was burned with eternal flames, Hamaterus, until he died. And everyone else died as well. Even Zetsu was split in half as Black Half was turned into a punching bag by Naruto and was killed by beaten to death. As Gaara and Fu at the time were away, while Naruto and Suki were only home. As when the family returned, they were surprised as they appeared in front of Naruto. What happened? Gaara asked. Akatsuki arrived. They wanted Bijus, but God knows what. We beat the shit out of them. Thanks, Naruto. Nay, Uncle Naruto, said Inosuke. What is it, Inosuke? Will you train me once I become older? No! Oto-san will train me! As everyone began to laugh, as they cleaned off the dead bodies. Yes, their kids knew that their life might be in danger, as their parents had already told them. And their kids didn't bother with that because they were that little at the time. As the next day came when Minato and Kushina arrived, as they saw it from afar that Naruto was playing with his daughter, as they stopped then and there to see them, as this was the first time they saw Naruto laugh and enjoying himself so much. As Naruto looked at them, as his eyes widened, as he made a clone to stay near Suki, as he made his way towards them. What do you want? What are you doing here? Naruto, please. We might have been a trash parents and worst parents to you. We made a lot of mistakes that we cannot apologize for. You bet, as they flinched. But please don't take this away from us. I know that you might not be able to forgive us for the rest of your life, and we cannot repent it even if we try to for what we did to you. But please do not strip us of this right. We are her grandparents. Fine. Just this once you can meet her. And only once a year I'll allow this. Once a year. Her birthday is 8th of October. You can come then. I will allow it. As Naruto walked towards Suki, with his parents in tow, as they were standing in front of her, Suki peeked at them as Kushina smiled. As Naruto said, Suki, meet your grandmother and your grandfather. Really? Yes. As Suki hugged them, lunging at them, as both the grandparents hugged the little girl. They were just happy, as tears of happiness falling down their eyes. As Naruto smiled somewhat. Now both of them knew that they might not be able to forgive and repair their relationship, but it wasn't Suki's fault, and Suki didn't deserve the deprivation of any love, because in Naruto's eyes she was her princess, and he will do anything for her, as he promised her mother. As unknown to both father and daughter and the grandparents, Suki was watching this from the window of the house and smiling. Thankfully, you're letting go of the weight that was on your shoulder, Anata. If I can't bear it, you should let it go. You don't have to bear it all on your own, she said with a smile, as Minato lifted her on his shoulder as he started to play with his granddaughter, and so did Kushina. They spent the whole day chatting and taking pictures with the camera that Kushina brought in hopefulness, as Naruto and his wife took a picture with the family as well. As when they returned, the Hokage was a new person, and so was Kushina, and he started to regain control over his feelings and emotions, and gained the respect back slowly. And Konoha was back on its feet once again, and was now on a journey to gain its former glory back that once he had lost. As the life was going good for Naruto and his family, and was looking up again brightly on the Namikaze Uzumaki family as well. As Mito had let go of her obsession over Naruto but vowed that she will never marry again, and fell in love, as Menma has found love in Hinata. And the rest was history, as this is where I'm going to be leaving the story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And this is Apollo Uchiha, and I am signing out.